If you've ever dealt with a connective tissue disorder, hypermobility, chronic tendon problems, slow healing wounds, you'll know that collagen isn't just another skincare word. It's structural, it's everything. Today we're looking at GHK-Cu and what the research says about its role in collagen synthesis, elastin production and connective tissue repair. GHK-Cu is a naturally occurring copper peptide found in human plasma. It's a small tripeptide, just 3 amino acids, and it's present at its highest levels in young, healthy individuals, declining significantly as we age. What makes it fascinating is what it does when it's present. It doesn't just act on one pathway. Research shows it stimulates blood vessel and nerve outgrowth, increases collagen and elastin, helps with connective tissue repair, and supports the function of dermal fibroblasts. And here's where it gets really interesting for anyone dealing with a connective tissue disorder. GHK-Cu isn't a foreign molecule to the body. It is actually built into the structure of collagen itself. So when tissue gets damaged, when something tears, strains, or breaks down, the body naturally releases GHK right into the injury site. It's essentially your body's own first response signal saying start repairing. Once released, research shows GHK gets to work stimulating the building blocks of healthy connective tissue. That includes collagen itself, but also the other structural components that keep tissue strong, flexible, and resilient. But here's what makes it particularly interesting. It doesn't just switch on production and walk away. It also helps regulate the enzymes that break tissue down. Think of those enzymes like a demolition crew. You need them to clear out damaged material, but if they're too active, they start destroying healthy tissue too. GHK helps keep that balance in check. And that balance is exactly where connective tissue disorders go wrong. Too much breakdown, not enough rebuild, and the tissue never properly recovers. Now let's talk about elastin, because collagen gets all the attention, but elastin is just as important. If collagen is a scaffold that gives tissue its strength and structure, elastin is what gives it its stretch. It's what allows your skin, tendons, and connective tissue to flex, move, and then spring back into shape. Without enough of it, tissue becomes stiff, fragile, and slow to recover. In connective tissue disorders, elastin is frequently one of the first things to be compromised. So when research showed that GHK-Cu directly increased elastin production in human connective tissue cells, alongside collagen, that's a significant finding. Not just more of one structural protein, but both of the key proteins that healthy connective tissue depend on at the same time. And here's something that might surprise you, because most people associate GHK-Cu with skin, but the research goes much further than that. In studies on COPD, a chronic lung disease, researchers found something really striking. The lung fibroblasts in COPD patients had essentially stopped working properly. Fibroblasts are the cells responsible for building and maintaining connective tissue. In these patients, they'd lost their ability to do their job. They couldn't contract or rebuild collagen the way healthy cells should. When GHK-Cu was applied, it restored their function. The cells started working again. What makes that finding so significant is this. Those aren't skin cells. Those are connective tissue cells in the lung. And GHK can restore fibroblast function in a completely different tissue type, in cells that had already lost their ability to repair. And that raises a much bigger question about where else in the body this mechanism might apply. For anyone with a connective tissue disorder where fibroblast function is often at the heart of the problem, that is a very interesting question indeed. The research on GHK-Cu and connective tissue is genuinely compelling. It's not targeting one mechanism, it's working across collagen synthesis, elastin production, fibroblast function, and inflammation simultaneously. For anyone researching connective tissue disorders, this is a peptide worth understanding properly. As always, this is educational content only. Do your research, read the studies, and work with a qualified practitioner.